Hi everyone, I hope you well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, we got the CoinsKid crew. So, all it's about Bitcoin, okay, is support and resistance. And you can see right now, okay, what's happened is you've got this big level of support. The one you hold it, you was putting in new highs. Look, you held this support, and when you hold it, putting in new highs. And you can see all you're doing, you've lost it, and you're rallying into it as resistance right now. So it's all about getting back above that. And I do anticipate if you start to hold this level of resistance just there for Bitcoin, technically that's a really bullish statement. And I do think you'll get your retracement, start to tackle them highs, and you can see you've come up like this, like that, like this, and you're starting to come up like that, and you're flipping bullish, and you're going to take that high on, because anytime you sort of hold this as support, after breaking it and holding back to support, you're putting a new all-time high for Bitcoin. So it's basically two things: key level resistance, key level support. Lose this support, you're going to go down like a sinking ship basically. But break this resistance and hold and back test and turn out in support. I do think you're going to get a beautiful retracement to that, and potentially A, B, C is done just there. Okay, now that would be nice, but what I'm looking at, from a technical standpoint, is the fact that we're running into this resistance multiple times. So if we do start to run into this again, a little fake out, start to come back down, if we do start to roll again, I would anticipate you're going to have another little low here taking out that low. Okay, and it really is that simple. Now I was able to find this low for you because look, it was this swing high, swing low, and you can see you caught up between it. And when you came down, look, you came down to this low here, but you never back tested it. You never came all the way down. And when you came up, where did you find resistance? On this swing high, look. So this was your resistance, just like this is resistance now, but this is a higher resistance than this was. Do you understand? Look, this was key level resistance. Now this is a key level resistance, which is a higher level of resistance. So it's like you're stepping up. Okay, so for me, Bitcoin, it ran into that, and I said to you at that point, look, fantastic short opportunity, because it was failing to get through it, just like this is right now. It's failing to get through it. So at that point I said to you, open a short, because I do think you're coming down to that swing low, and it was a monster short. It was huge. It was around about 30% just there. Okay, and equally I gave you that short as well when you lost this rising wedge and you started to come down, and no one believed me. All the trolls on the videos, no one believed me that you were coming all the way down, and we did. We come all the way down to the technical target I was giving everybody, the 1272 fib basically. So anyway, all that's done with. We've done all that. That's done. That correction's done. We held it. It wasn't a bear market. It was a corrective phase of a bull market, because we consolidated and start to come back up, and we put in a new all-time high. So right now I just think we're mirroring this scenario. We're lucky, because we're mirroring this exact scenario that we put in the summer. So I could be completely wrong. We could be looking at sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're done. And we're calling it. And this is the thing about Elliott wave theory. Is waves can go anywhere, so it's quite frustrating. But for me, I do think you're sort of mirroring this wave 4 consolidation here, running to this key level resistance, which was this high, before one final rug pull like this of this correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Job done. Consolidated, correction over, wasn't a bear market, was a corrective phase of a bull market offering opportunity, because at that point alts went insane. Well, some alts did, and then Bitcoin obviously putting a new all-time high, which was amazing, and Ethereum. Okay, so with that, I'm looking at some kind of similar scenario right now. Potentially 1, 2, 3. This is a 4 coiling up, running into resistance multiple times. And if you fail to get through that resistance, I do anticipate you're going to come down. Now, where are you going to come down to? I don't necessarily think you're going to come all the way down to them lows. I could be completely wrong. Okay, but this is how I found this low. Equally, there was this fib here, obviously, that you got the level of resistance, and this level of support. So I said to you, caught between, you're consolidating between the swing high, swing low, and this is what you do when you fall through support. Okay, so you lost the key resistance and you lost the key support. So as well, you can target at a bare minimal the 1272 fib when you lose a low, because you're creating something called a reversal wave. So let me show you. Okay, look, you've come up impulsively like this, you caught up, you ran into that level of resistance there, which was this swing high. Look, do you see that? Now at that point, fantastic area to go short, because at that point you came down and you lost that low just there. Now where did you find a key level support? On the 1272 fib. On the dollar, on the nose. Look at that, beautiful. 1272 minimal, and at that point you start to come back up. Do you see that? It's because you create a reversal wave. So you're doing something very, very similar right now. So it's all about this retracement here for Bitcoin. If this starts to break up and runs into this key level resistance once more, it's at this point when you start to come back. If you lose this low, you're creating a reversal wave just there, coming down to a minimal 1272 like you did here, and at that point you start to come back up and start to attack the highs, okay, and your lows in, and this correction's over down here. Do you understand that? There is a chance it could be done here, and to verify the chance that verify that it is done is simply get back up of this key level of resistance, which was previous support, that when you held it you put in new highs. Do you see that? So you've lost this key level support, which is now key resistance. See this? See this? Okay, so it's now key resistance that we need to get back through. Hold, back test, turn into support, see you later. That support is, I'm going to show you right now, I'll drop that on there. So if you start to see Bitcoin closing above that consistently, and you're getting back above the EMAs at that point as well, creating a beautiful buy and go to the beach just here like you did there, then that's really bullish, really bullish from Bitcoin. And it could actually be that this is the low right now. You know, my anticipation of coming back down in that final fifth wave is completely wrong. But this is technical analysis. I'm showing you the what ifs, and this is what I do on the channel. So right now, if you run into that, okay, and you start to roll and you sweep this low, you're going to create a reversal wave as you did here. Okay, remember this reversal wave that I gave you, and you come all the way down there to bare minimum 1272. So let's say, for example, you know, in the month of March, Bitcoin's just coiling up here because you have got the 20 coming down, you've got 55, so you've got some kind of volatility here at the moment, you know, some kind of spike, and look at it, it's coming up, coming down, coming up, coming down, so coming up, coming down like that, and you've got potentially some kind of apex just there that you're coiling up inside of. Okay, so with that, if you get a breakout here, you might start to come up above and run into this key level support just there, key level resistance, sorry, and at that point get rejected. And if you start to come back down, you know, coil up again in there and then roll, taking out that low eventually in April and putting your low in, which would see you create the top in April last year and the bottom of your correction in April this year, a year-long correction. Because a lot of people would say that this is a bear market. Like I said to you, I don't think it's a bear market. I think it's a corrective phase of a bull market. I don't think this is a bear market either. I still think it's a corrective phase of a bull market. It will rear its head as a bear market if you start to get price compression and capitulate, obviously, and make a series of higher lows. But you can see you're not even retraced here. You've not even had a dead cat bounce, anything like that, for me that warrants calling it a bear market. Do you understand? So it's still corrective. You're coming down a corrective wave to this low, and it's all about holding that low. And right now, this is where you're retracing to. Okay, so you lose that low, yeah, you're going to go down. You've got a big monster reversal wave, a potential bear market right there, but you're not doing it yet. Okay, so like I said to you, I think that potentially what I'm looking at here is running to this resistance. At that point, just there, I do think you might start potentially creating some kind of reversal wave, and the 1272 will be my minimal target, and the 1414 you might get a wick off that, you know, and that would be it. That would be it. Your correction's done, and you basically come down 1, 2, 3. There's your coil up 4, your bull trap, and then your 5 down, wherever it comes to. It would be nice to get on the 1414, wouldn't it? You know, down there, and you're not necessarily testing these lows. And with that, you've put in, if we take a look, you've got a high, you've got a low, you've got a high, and just there, if you start to come down and bounce, you've still got a higher low structurally, you know, on the weekly, monthly time frame. Sound, you know, and it's not necessarily a bear market, because for me right now at this point, wherever you low ball out and start to attack this high, this is the thing that gives the game away, whether or not you're in a bear market or a bull market. Do you understand that? So this is still corrective coming down to this low, and like I said to you, you start to lose that, that's nasty, that's bearish, that's a huge bear market right there, and capitulation event. But if you start to come up right now and you start to do something like that, okay, and fizzle out, there's your bear market structure. Okay, there's your price compression, your capitulation towards the end of a bear, which we always see. We've not got any of that yet, you know, we've not got any of that. We've not got any kind of retracement at all, have we? It's just been coming down, consolidating, looking to come down, continuing, and then you get your correction done. You know, you get A, B, C correction, job done, see you later. Optimal opportunity. That was an opportunity to ride the B wave up, and right now this could be an optimal opportunity to ride the wave up. So that's basically Bitcoin. Okay, I'm still bullish long term, especially when people get really bearish as well. It makes me even more bullish, to be honest with you. So that's a quick little update on Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and thank you for your support. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.